hello and welcome to Tom Hands On. This is the part 3 of getting Kenneth back on the road. So let's get to it. Made in the USA. Alright guys, I have found an alternator. I didn't buy a new one because I'm cheap. So I've picked one. I know it works. So this is the alternator that we're going to be using. What's going on here? Sorry about that. I had the camera was stuck sideways. I don't know what the heck happened. Anyhow, like I was saying, might be ugly, but it works. It charges 13.5, so that's perfect. I also have a master cylinder. It's used. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to throw it on there and try to clean these lines a little bit, and hopefully I can get a little bit of brake power. We'll see. Probably open all the bleeders and try to gravity bleed for a while. But first thing first, we got to make a bracket underneath here. This is kind of where I want it. The belt is missing everything, and it's going to be slightly forward, but I can adjust all that. What I'm thinking is take these two bolts out, or this bolt and this bolt out of the exhaust, and I'm going to extend. I'm going to like weld another bolt to it, or something like that, or maybe just use a really long bolt, and I'm going to bolt a spacer in there and weld a piece of angle iron across those two. So I'll drill 2 holes this width in a piece of angle, and it'll extend to the front of this here. And then I'll build some little ears, probably out of the same angle, that come up to meet this, and I'll just bolt it through. That'll be plenty good. I mean, I ran this thing, I was running the alternator on here without anything except for a bungee, so absolutely gonna be fine. So I'm gonna get doing that. Probably grab the 3/8 bolt. Might just use that one, extend it. We'll see. Go ahead and get this alternator out of here. It's in the way. And maybe I'll leave it. In fact, I'll leave it. I don't want to move it yet. Good thing I just put these bolts in, or I'd be risking the failure. I'm on out of there. Everything's kind of hot because it's just running. These bolts are probably really hot. Yeah, these two on this front exhaust port, I think, are going to be the plenty. All right. Try to kind of see how much thread I got. At least 1 times diameter. Yeah, it's got about 1/2 inch of thread engagement, so they're plenty strong. So take these guys, they're hot. take another guy and weld another bolt head to it so I can still get on it with a wrench. So I'm going to spin these in the lathe and put a little chamfer on there. Leave these washers. They're warm. Okay, let me catch up with you in a minute. All right, we're here at the lathe. So what I'm going to do, oh no, my chuck jaws. Forgot I had them on backwards. I got to get these things switched around. Let me switch these, it takes a few minutes. Got this about switched back. About time to give this chuck a real good cleaning. This is an excellent chuck, by the way. It's a Rome. It grabs probably the most true grabbing chuck I've ever used. And we had, you know, buck or bison chucks at the shop I used to work at, which are good, you know, good Polish equipment. Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to turn this to a little nub and drill a hole in here so they kind of fit together, so they'll nest in together. That way, I mean, I should just drill a hole in both of them, but that don't really matter. Just a little bit so they kind of stay straight, you know. We want it to be nice and straight. This guy, I'm going to turn the nub on. Yep. Faced. Probably 100 thousandths is plenty adequate. Let's go to the 0 and see where that takes us. Calipers are clear across the shop. Always. It's always completely across the shop. The caliper shouldn't even be over here, but here we are. This is a 9/16 head. We'll probably turn a 3/8 little nub. Just for centering, that's all. 425, 50. Oh. A little high. Okay. Let's land this. 100. $377. Probably hit that with a little file. Okay. Hit that with the chamfer. See, once welded, it doesn't really need a smokes. the TIG weld deal units together. Okay. Hit round 2 here. I'm gonna hang it out a little further. Got stuff everywhere. Dropping stuff. Little Dean. Gonna have to clean that up. Should be pretty darn close. Yep, 373, plenty good. Put a chamfer on here. That'll do. Those work good. Now this guy, just a drill, 3/8 drill. I'll put the center in it anyways. Can't ever hurt to put a chamfer on it. Super crappy 3/8 drill, that'll work. Need to try to at least go. Yeah, this is a very bad 3/8 actually. Let's do an end mill actually. Flat bottom would be nice. Okay, that's plenty. Come in for the weld chamfer. Oh yeah. Look at that. See how true it runs. Just for fun. Could run truer, doesn't really matter. It's plenty good. Post. A little post bolt now. That's a good fit. I like it. Let's do it again. check the fit. Both tight, pretty tight fits. That's very good. Nice. Should be excellent little post bolts or whatever. I don't even know what you want to call these. All right, now I'm all dirty. And there they are. Took about 10 minutes. Not too big a deal. Just weld them up. Mostly applicable for the early small blocks. You don't have the luxury of having the accessory hole brackets. Yeah, check that out. I'm gonna use 2 wrenches and index these flats, or maybe just tap it against flats with a hammer. Get the small peen out. Get them lined up. Little tap on the end, sure it up. Now we're in business. I should probably at least clean them a little bit. This is a grade 5 to grade 8 bolt connection. I can't tell you if it's a good or a bad thing. Oh, almost welded to the table. Pretty much just going to tack those all the way around for the sake of I have to grind them again. Hot. Wouldn't you know it's hot? All right, got these two. They're like bolts again, just long and threads on both sides. Put the socket 9/16 goes back on it. That's good. Slap these guys back in while they're hot. Not that that's a good thing, really. That'll be all right. A little more anti-seize. Anti-seize on the this hardware. Always acceptable. Holy smokes. Yep, I already like the way this is looking. I picked these 2 bolts because they're in the same plane per se. They both are. Holy smokes, about fell. They're nice and lined up. Lined up is good. Can we get a turn on them? not quite long enough. Darn it. Get a deeper metric socket or something. Would that be a 14? That looks like a score. We'll see. I think I did slightly undersize these anyway, so maybe this is better. Yep, like a glove. It's about the longest stud I could have used, too. That one barely goes on. All right. Looking pretty good. Feels tight. Yep, plenty tight. Looks like I'll need a washer or two. That's completely fine. Get the, need to go hunt for a washer. I got one. That's gonna be close. Measure the distance between those, get a dimension. Two and a quarter. Definitely close enough. I have to get 4 washers. Let's write this stuff down. So the old bracket's going to look something like this. 2 holes, probably 390 thousandths of an inch. We need to probably put it on. If I use a 3-inch angle iron, I could drill clear at the bottom of it, like the 2.5. So, bottom of the angle iron, come up. It does have to come out, actually, a ways. This is not in scale. Don't need to pass that one very much. Three-inch angle. Believe I have some. 2 1/4. Probably do this at 2 1/2 from the top. That'll leave plenty of room on the bottom. This probably half. Nearly enough information to work with there. I need another longer rule. I like doing a lot of measurements with these rules, just for the sake of they've got accurate increments on them. So if that's a half, literally 6 inches. We'll do 6 1/8 or 6 1/4. Long. Okay. And a 3-inch will also work perfect. I might use a piece of 2 by 4 I have. We'll see. Let me go whip that into shape and I'll be back with a bracket. I got the old bracket built. Took me a little bit, but those 2 bolts go through these, and yes, those are lug nuts. Little bracketry here, weldment. Absolutely gonna be tough enough. If it's not, I can add a little brace right here that ties in to this one boss right here. But it's super hot right now, so it's hard to do anything with it until it cools off a little bit. So pretty simple. Took a piece of 4-inch channel and sawed it to length, and then sawed the other flange off this side, drilled the 2 holes, and then cut the excess material off so it doesn't look bad. Little piece of angle iron I just ground on, and a little tab that I made. Pretty simple, but I believe it's going to be highly effective. So that's what we got. This is like, nearly quarter, if not quarter thick. So I don't think it's going to deflect. Most of the load is pulling kind of towards the engine, so it might pull it a little like this, but it's also going to be basically touching the exhaust manifold. So the worst thing is if it makes a bunch of noise, tinking, So I'm going to let that cool off, and I'm going to install it and thread a bolt into the alternator and see how everything looks. Tap on it. A little hammer time. Looks like we're in contact. Get a couple of nylock nuts going. Got my nylocks. Get this thing taut in here. See how everything looks. Thread's looking a little funny. Belt alignment pretty good. Just got this one bolt in the front. Gotta loosen this guy. 1/2 inch. We got too many mixed sizes going on here. Come on. Okay, there we go. Wrench is flying. Okay. There we go. Get this guy started in here. Going good. Belt alignment looks good. Now let's tighten these guys. Before we get too ambitious. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with my bolt length selection. Okay. get the alternator tensioned. I don't want to do that. The classic style. Way too much. Okay. Now let's crank this guy down. Belt is plenty tight. That is solid as a rock. Belts are clear. Yeah, look at that. Completely solid. Get this light in here. Bracket looks good. Tied into that manifold. Hopefully I don't break those off. And if I do need it, I can put a little tab on that guy. But everything looks good. Let's fire it up and see if we can't get this to jump voltage. I already know it's good, so shouldn't have any issue. Alright, what's going on here? My bungee is not cooperating. Don't need it anymore. All belts are plenty tight. Oh, that thing is rock solid. Literally sounded like an anvil hitting it with the hammer. Turned out better than I thought. All right, let me get you up here in the front. Let's get a jumper going. Get this test meter out here. Ground right to the alternator. None on the power. All right, it's fired up. Okay, it's not going to do anything until we get some wires on it. Let's try to excite it by its own terminal. There we go. Self-excited. So all we got to do is jump that terminal and it'll self-excite. Okay, make a little jumper. Nothing too spectacular. Jumper. Put it on the left side dealy there. I lost the nut. How could I? I do this there it is. I was gonna say I do this freaking every time. Let's use, pretty sure this is the charge wire. We'll just test on it this time. It's white. It does go to there. So technically, it's kind of junk. We'll use it for now, just because it's ran across there. This is very temporary for the sake of just being able to run it without killing the battery. This wire's not that great. It's probably gonna short circuit into something. It's fine with me. Holy smokes. Well, don't do that. It's definitely the right wire. We've got to get back to power. It's stuck in the loom. There we go. This just looks like a bad situation here. Oh, I can't reach. Dang it. Go down here. Put this jumper in here. Oh yeah. I'm about to tune the carburetor back where it belongs. Should take just a little blip of the throttle to make it start to charge. Don't need this guy. Probably this 11/32 for whatever reason they. Oh shoot, it's 3/8. Sometimes the alternator has an 11/32. Some engineer had a heyday. They're like, we need the. Everyone needs the tools. Well, shoot, it doesn't even fit a 3/8. Is it just metric? Because it could be a new enough alternator. 10. 10 fits perfect. Okay, plenty tight. Let's fire up on this unit here and go to the battery now. All right, we're going to check voltage now. Got the wiring hooked up. Fire this unit up. See if we got over 13 at the battery. Everything's looking pretty good. Using that factory harness a little bit. Always a mistake. $12.7. $12.8. So we're getting nearly 13, which is okay. Could be a little bit better. I'm gonna loosen that alternator a little bit just for the sake of, it's really tight. Gotta shut it off. Engine's running a little. I might mess with this a little. Still charging over 13, that's good. Now that we got all this alternator load, let's get this alternator loosened a little bit. Okay. Yep, that's much better. Fire it back up now. See if I don't have as much noise. Yeah, it doesn't sound as bad. Sounds all right. Still charging near that 13, 12.9. There's still some more stuff I need to hook up. PCV. Well, we're charging, so we don't have to worry about that. One thing knocked out. All right, now we're charging. Time to get this unit off. I wet down the bolts. Should be pretty easy, we'll see. It's kind of nice to spill all this brake juice down outside anyway, instead of in my shop. That one came. That one also came. Ooh. Stuck. Towels. That's just gross. Stinky. I did clean this a little bit in an attempt to try to get them to work. Did not do anything. Just seeing if they would, you know, it would start to build any pressure, but nope. That straight drain in there for a second. Okay. Suppose we can spill a little bit. Oh, just leave that actually. Okay. 9/16. Where art thou? Where'd my wrench go? Had the stubby out. There it is. So this is just totally shooting in the dark whether I'm going to get the other master to work. It just has clean fluid in it, so it gives me hope. Ooh. This one was completely full of crap. So it did not give me any hope. This little motor looks good in here. Ooh, just about dropped that. Supposedly these master cylinders are getting hard to find sometimes. Oh boy. Check that out. Doesn't look too good to me. All right. Let's go get the other one. We're just gonna do a switcheroony. Oh, there's no, don't even need the. All right. Pretty sure it's exactly the same. Come on. All right. That guy does not look very good, but I'm sure it's all right. Okay. This does have a different proportioning valve. Not sure what that's all about. I just did the AMC's master cylinder. Made it an improvement. But that car needs to be converted to disc brakes. Probably got, I got big plans for that thing. Got the, I don't remember where I put them, but better crawl up these. They're not looking too hot now. This is the AMC one right here. It's the opposite direction. All right, where did I put those? Okay, I had to make a new line. Always something. Two different sizes. Should have looked at it. Should be plenty good. Just got to get it in here to the level. See how this guy works. Make sure they're both tight. Tight enough. Okay. Ooh. Nice and free. Looks good. Not really seeing bubbles at all, actually. Really nice. No bubbles. All right. Now I lost my little caps, so I'm gonna just elevate these guys up out of here. Put my lid on this unit. All right, let's throw it in. Oh, brake clean on the darn, or brake fluid on my camera. Always something. Let's take a look in here. Well, at any rate, not really gonna know anything about this stuff until we test on it, so might as well slap it in there. They look about the same depth. This one's just a heck of a lot cleaner. Oh crap. I already messed up. Put the bracket behind, it needs to be in front. We'll start with this side just to hold things. No tools. All right. All right. I'm just gonna get this one side snugged up so I can do a quick flip with these units here without spilling too much. Come on. You got this. Okay. Time to be speed. It's not going to leak too bad. Come on. These never are lined up exactly where they need to be. I kind of hope this just works. we will see. If this thing just gets brakes back, what? Okay, let's see about this guy. Ow. Gonna go. Doesn't really feel right. Be down. Lining the brake components up is always a mystery. I think that's it. Just need a tiny little bit of adjustment there. Get these tight. Top it off. It's already pretty high, but a little higher. Okay. Yep. Yep. Put this back on. Man, if we get brakes, I'm gonna be jumping with joy. Come on. I think this is going to be a good master, but I just cannot tell if the rest of the system is going to be any good. Okay. Okay. Get this thing blown clean here. Try not to lose my tools. Brake clean bath. That way I know if it's leaking. Let that dry. Okay. Let's top off the fluid here if it needs it. Pretty high. Let's kick it a few times. Okay. Seems like it might have went down. It's leaking from the lid. Leaking a lot now. So much for having cleaned it. Crack a couple bleeders. Or maybe I'll just pump it 1,000 more times. And fire on it. not really getting much in the pedal. That's not changing. I think that's about all I can do for the day. I got stuff to do this afternoon, so probably just clean some of this back up again now that we've spilled it everywhere. Not light anything on fire, on purpose at least. And I'll catch up with you guys when I work on this some more tomorrow. Okay, we're in the other side of the shop. We're gonna try to bleed these brakes. So I'm gonna knock these wheels off. Oh, what a guess. First guess on the old, socket. Oh, that wasn't very tight. I did spray some oil on these guys. I'm gonna try my power bleeder. See how that works. I've never actually done it that way. I've only ever done the old-fashioned way. Call a buddy, get him to push the pedal while I crack bleeders. I'm gonna need a pallet. We got the Spidey's Central in here. I really hope I get these brakes to work, because I don't really want to tear into this stuff. Let's see what we got. Fill this clear to the top. Get the old power bleeder. See if we can't get it to pull. All right, I got my power bleeder set up. Just got to bring the air hose over here. We're gonna see if we can get something to come out of here. I have a feeling like there's a clog. We're fighting a clog. So let's see if we can get something to come out of here. Okay. We know that the brake lines or something is clogged. So what do we do now? Well, let's see if we have flow to the soft line. If we have flow to the soft line, then we know we just need new hoses. I was gonna change tires, so we might as well go that direction now. The tires that were on it were all holding air. That'd be pretty big annoyance if they didn't hold air. They've been sitting out in the field for a while. I'm gonna put good tires on this later. Just not yet. Oh yeah, already an improvement. The axle not in here totally straight or in alignment. Oh, this one just got a bigger fender, you know, it's got the Baja fender on it. What do you guys like? Do you guys like the skinny tires or fat tires? I personally like these a little bit fatter look on the two-wheel drives. The four-wheel drives kind of like the opposite. Kind of like the tall skinny on the four-wheel drives. All right, let's see how that looks down. Definitely chunkier looking tire, that's for sure. I'm gonna turn this unit around, bring the front in. I like it. I like it a lot. Really wanted to get those brakes working. Whoops. Forgot this thing's a land yacht. I actually have to line this thing up. Sounds good, motor's running good. All right, flippy dippy. All right, I got a plan. I'm gonna rob a set of wheels off a different truck. So we're gonna do that. Take this, put this in the middle. See if we can get this thing off the ground via engine cross member. Oh. okay. Let's get my air blaster. About lost my flashlight forever. Might need to check these lines while we're in here. Let's take a peek. You can come down here with me. You fit in here? Oh yeah. I suppose I should try to break loose that line. See if there's any fluid. Okay, this is probably not going to work due to the nature of the brakes. It's the next size. Oh my God, are you serious? It came right loose. Now that is a miracle. Tell me how that works. How does that happen? I really hope some stuff comes out of here, because that would lead me to believe that it just needs lines. Oh, there's some juice. Definitely some juice. Okay. See if it makes a mess. No. I have no clue. We'll let that drip down there for a minute. Okay, we're definitely getting it to the line here, but we're not getting it through the line. So I need to order some lines. Or just buy some. To Auto Parts Store. Well, we answered that. Sometimes I don't understand. These Milwaukees, why do they have this slow down feature? All right. The razor blade, second most evasive tool in the shop. Really wish my lift was open. I just roll brake, all these brake components on here. Yep, that looks wonderful. 30 years. That's what 30 years does to things. This one looks like a riskier one. Very risky. This one has already been turned into a vice grip one, from the looks of it. It is for surely a vice grip one. Vice grip and Croyle. Ooh. It's not looking very good. I might have to use the old pair. I don't know if it'll grab that tight though. Yeah. That one's not looking too promising. Let's go get the other wheel and tires we got. I gotta go get them. It's dark now. Okay, I got all the tires now. This is worse condition, as you can see. Completely blown out, but for right now, these are just placeholders. I just wanted to get something all the same on here. You know, it's a big deal. That one had a little more paint on it. All right. Let's see what kind of look that gave us. Ooh, is it lower in the front? Well, I got the brake fluid everywhere for no reason again. Yeah. All right. Got gas. We're done. Finished restoration. Change the tires, put gas in it. Guess I gotta move her back outside. Go on a hunt for brake lines. I'm gonna pump those up though. Got not enough air in the old tires. All right. Got all the air we need. Working? Oh. yeah. Done in here for now. It's starting to look cooler. Sounds really good. It's got quite a bit of rake now. I kind of like it, actually. I really do. Really happy with the engine. It's looking good. I've always loved this truck, so it's like listening to it. Never heard it before I put this thing back together. Well, I'm gonna get some parts tomorrow and then start replacing brake lines. Okay, well, we're back in the wheel well of the old Kenneth the C30. I got new brake hoses, but no parts store had any wheel cylinders. I was gonna just do them, but we're gonna work away from the frame out. Let's put the lines on. I already cut this guy. Completely sealed up. So we're gonna knock this one out and knock both sides out. Get this thing maybe to bleed the brakes up front here. So I'm gonna knock this guy out. Oh yeah. I'm covered in the goop again. This is just in a bad spot. I need a regular wrench. Almost need a darn crow's foot socket to do this. I'm not really sure why the factory did this. They were figuring things out. Ooh, good, we're getting... Ooh, the bleeder's bleeding. Excellent. We are getting flow to the cylinder now. That is wonderful. Might as well, let's get this tight for sure. Okay, that's got to be good enough. Bring this to the edge of stripping. Gonna be impossible to get out later. We don't concern ourselves with later. Right there. That's in there. Everything's better when you bring the right tools. Okay. Glad the auto parts store had the correct line. Well, I hope this one's the right line. This better be the same. Had the rear brake line. I was like, that doesn't look right. Wouldn't have been. Now we're talking. I was in a state of confusion for a moment there. It's time to get the heat out. This one's not going to play very nice. Try not to light everything on fire. Whoa. It's pretty greasy in here. Let's try the vice grip. I was trying to use the Harbor Freight vice grips, and they don't quite do what the real vice grips do. I think I can already tell this is like the Cadillac of the correct tool for the job. Yep. It is turning the line though. So we want to get that broke free before we twist it off and have to restart. I do have the stuff to make them, but I believe we're free. Yep. I don't know how this one's in there. The clip is like not even existent. Okay. Turn you the other way. This one has rubbish in here. All this rubbish needs to be out of here. Spiders. We're gonna have to tap on that with a hammer. See where everything resides. Okay. We also need light. Doing it all wrong. I'm glad to see there was some pretty clean fluid there. Now we're talking. What's going on? Oh yeah, they broke the tab off. In an attempt to remove it. We barely did start to move it. There it goes. Hey, that's reusable. Now, is it hot? Not really. I see brake fluid coming from somewhere. Before we lose all our fluid, better add some. I bench bled that master. Don't want to lose that. We about lost it. I keep filling the back part of the master, and I know it's gonna bite me because it's gonna spill everywhere again. While that's dripping all over the floor, let's cut this guy off. Get the wrench on it. Oh. Kind of quick action here to not lose all the fluid. Okay, gotta get this bleeder. These bleeders are really hard to get to. I'm not a fan of this generation front drum. I can get to it with a socket. I got loose. Get out of here. If I can just get front brakes to work for now, I have a rear line too, so hoping that. All right, we're getting fluid out of there. That's stuck or stopped up. It tastes great. It's my favorite flavor. Pretty much blew that right in my eye. Tastes good. Spider web mixed with old brake fluid. You have to have peculiar taste to enjoy that combination. All right, what's going on here? There, it came out easy. Now it's... There we go. I needed my palm to cramp first. Forgot about that detail. You have to have cramps before things go in without issue. And we're gonna leave it slightly cracked. That side leaking still. Let's get this hose on here. Took some, you know, back in the day, I actually took a little skill to do the brakes on stuff. Oh, man. Get this brake stuff over with so we can move on to the fuel system. Okay. Okay. Break this guy loose. Drain. We are losing fluid at a good rate. That is what we want to see realistically. Fluid flow that we did not have before. I've got brand new brake line clip. Yep, you've seen it. All right. Flanged end wrench. Okay. We are locked and loaded. And we're dripping out of the bleeder here. So that's great. I'm gonna grab the power bleeder. Definitely need the smallest socket I can find. Just trying to shut the potential flow off here. Fill this one more time. Okay, I think I was pulling air through the other side, if I have to be honest. Either that or there's a hole in the line. Curious to see if we got any pedal. Well, not yet. I think we need to scooch over to the other side and try pulling through that one, see what it does. All right, now we're on the other side. Significantly harder to open and close this one's bleeder, but get her. Suppose I had to bring my chair. Deluxe working conditions. Okay. Well, this is gonna have to be able to stay on. All right, let's. See if we can get a little bit of pedal. Let's fill this back up. Oh no, that's way too much. Yeah, not really that great. I'm not really feeling any anything actually. Let me look under here for a minute. Well, everything looks okay over there. Not really. The master seems like it should be working. I got good fresh here. How strange. This master looked really good, but it might be bad. I mean, I suppose there could just be like no brake components on the inside of the drum. I made a huge mess under the hood again. You gotta just clean this stuff up so I know where it's brake fluid and not. Rebuilding it. I'll go for a little while and just keep messing with this power bleeder. I'm gonna play for a while, so I'm gonna put you guys on the time lapse. All right, I've been fiddling on the brakes, and I'm starting to think that this has bad master, even though I put the better looking one on there. Doesn't really mean anything. So I'm thinking the master is bad. I've got fluid to the front brakes, to the front, what do you call them? Wheel cylinders. Those could be bad too, but I can't get any of that local. So I'm going to get a new master and probably a full set of wheel cylinders. But obviously I'm not going to get that for probably a week at the soonest. So now I think I'm going to run a brand new fuel line up here to the front. I'm probably going to run, I haven't picked a tank out yet. I'll probably just bring the fuel line up through like a hole in the bed here and then run either the boat tank back here or, I'll just figure something out. But we'll see. I'm going to work on that now. Let's get some fuel line and creeper over here. At least get this thing running off of something not under the hood. And I'll order the brake parts tonight. But we got lots we can do in the meantime. well, I'm getting air through the line. There's a valve on here, you know, because this was converted to propane. The valve, I'm sure, is junk. I mean, there's a chance that the valve isn't junk, but I'm just gonna bypass that because I do not want to deal with that. Just trying to get the old fuel line off here. No working under a vehicle without getting stuff in your eye. Okay. Fuel line actually looks really good, at least to the... I'm just gonna go direct flow directly to the fuel pump. I don't think this is clogged. It's really not actually in too terrible shape. Ow. Holy smokes. But it is stiff as heck. That's tough. Okay, get rid of, bunch this fuel line. Now this guy, let me blow some air through this one. Stinky, but it's definitely clear. I get a piece of fuel hose, some clamps. All right, well, we got a new fuel line on there. I need to switcheroo this guy and see what, I don't think there's anything in the tank. Fuel pump's working good, so I think I can put a, probably another filter in here. Bring it up. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, before I do this, I'm gonna blow fuel through this line. Not blow fuel, but I'm gonna blow air in it to see if I can hear it coming through the tank. I don't want to invest too much of this without knowing that I'm gonna have fuel at the tank. I don't want that pickup tube to be clogged, you know, and then I have to undo. This isn't really work that needs to be undone, but it's also just, do I want to screw with the tank or? This thing got tall. It's like working on a lifted truck. Just got to get a clamp on here and yep. Oh. Make sure I'm where I need to be with the clamp. Oh, I can hear it. Most definitely. I don't know if I'm hearing fuel bubbling or it's like blowing dust out of there. Okay, I know I've got the tank. It's clear to the tank. Sounds empty. That's definitely a good thing. I'm gonna bring this filter in here nice and high so I can work on it. Make sure we put them on the right way. All right, I'm gonna crank this one in, you know, pre-installation. We still have the second filter, so if it's just rusty garbage, we'll be all right. Well, this one didn't even need to be cranked in that much. I'll need to tighten all these down on a chunk of round material, like 1/2 inch or something, to get their memory started round instead of, they kind of go oblong in the first crank. They're harder to get onto the stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of unhappy with the brake situation, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to put new parts in an old rig, you know. Okay, that's not going to get any gasoline in it. This guy, though, I need to get him a little tighter before I'm shoving it over the fitting. Alright, I threw some gas in it, and by golly, we got fuel from the fuel tank. It's really stinky, but I'm gonna put more in it because we're definitely running on that old junk. I have to be careful with this old stuff. Need to put some fuel treatment in it. Stinky old stuff. Still burnable, seems like. Definitely gonna have to fill the tank all the way up. Get through this old junk. At least there's 5.5 gallons of fresh, and I'm gonna put some of that fuel stuff in there. Drink up. We'll just put the rest of this in there. Try to save on it a little bit. We got 2 filters, we'll be all right. But it's in the factory tanks running on it. I mean, it did not look very good in there, but it did blow through the line. I wonder if there's rust in the, I wonder if the original pickup tube got rusted off and it's only running on kind of what's on the top. It's running pretty good on it, actually. No more boat paint. Oaken. I don't know what kind of magic just happened, but the brakes just started to work. I guess I did all the right things. That means we can do a test drive right now. Literally, I just backing out and the brakes started to work. I don't have any clue what's going on here. Well, let's let her rip then, huh? Strange. I don't have the wheels super tight, but yeah, no crap. It's literally braking. That's crazy. First drive. Now that we have terrible fuel in it. Trying to think, is there anything I should be concerned with? Speedometer's making that speedometer noise Chevys always make. Try fourth gear. Oh, she's cruising. Not running the cleanest. Definitely needs fuel system cleaned. Get a little gas or water in the gas or something. Shoot, this thing is actually slowing down. We got us a driver. A master cylinder must have popped free. All right. Well, I did not think that was going to happen. Sometimes you just got to do the right things, you know. You got to make the truck think it's going to get new parts. Gotta be careful with these wheels. I'm not really sure which tire is slowing me down. Kind of sounds like a U-joint's not too good. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's stopping okay. I'm still gonna go through it, but new rubber hoses everywhere. They're actually working pretty good, darn it. Well, that's probably it for this video today. Part 4, we're gonna start working on some stuff that's a little bit more fun than brakes. I think getting this thing cleaned up, getting the all this old maple tree stuff off of this whole thing, get her buffed out a little bit, maybe even put a clear coat on it, you know. That is what's in store for the next video, but as of right now, we really did make a big difference. We got brakes, we got power steering, we got a good running engine, truck's running off the tank. Everything is working out all right. Get this thing parked before something happens. Look at that, up to a stop. Hopefully it starts next time. Well, guys, I really appreciate you watching so far. Really appreciate you to like, subscribe, and watch the other 2 videos I got on this thing. It's been a little bit of a ride, but we're doing her. You guys are definitely helping me stay motivated to get Kenneth running again, and I'm sure he's happy. He's watching from Seattle right now, so I love you, Grandpa, and I'm doing it right for you. A little bit at a time. We're running now and driving. All systems are working currently except for the electrical. Anyway, this is Tom at Tom Hands On. I'm signing out.